What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, guys, to the news roundup, ladies and gentlemen, where I'm going to be talking about the latest news coming out in Barcelona right now as far as transfers is concerned, news into the club, injuries, whatever goes on, players, managers, and everything else, guys. The latest news that has been coming out of the club recently, guys, we're gonna get into it, guys. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. But what we're gonna talk about in this show tonight is basically the links with players in the summer, like the Luís Díaz situation, Nico Williams, Rafael Leão, and now Ademola Lookman. We're also going to be getting into the injury crisis right now at Barcelona, with Cubarsí potentially out for the Osasuna game. Iñigo Martínez also looking like he's going to be fit. The potential absence of players like Ronald Araújo, and how that could basically damage our game this Thursday against Osasuna. But we're also going to talk about also another player. Some players were also going to be signed, mainly in the right back area, with two players that are being linked, Vanderson and Ratiu from Rayo Vallecano. But make sure you guys like the video and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, guys, listen. Before I continue, guys, like I mentioned, guys, there's a lot of stuff that have been going on. Even though we're on international break, and you know, some people are enjoying the international break, most of us are not, there's still news coming out of the club. And before I go into any of those news, I actually wanted to talk about this first. Now, obviously, you guys know there's a lot of stuff that's been coming out of the club. You know, I already talked about this last week, where I mentioned the Marc-Andre ter Stegen potential return in 3 weeks, how basically he's recovered faster than many people expect, and he's definitely been doing well for himself. The club is very, very positive that he's gonna be coming back, and I was basically talking about how I felt that him coming back and just going back straight to the first team would be a disservice to Szczesny. I know Szczesny was brought to be a backup, but the guy, I feel like, has been playing too well to just be, you know, misplaced out of the squad completely just like that. But according to, you know, a lot of news outlets like Darioso, there has basically been talks in the club that apparently Deco has sees that Marc-Andre ter Stegen is untouchable. Basically, his number one status will not be touched. When he's back fit, he's gonna get back into the starting 11. Now, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If I'm gonna be very honest, man, I don't like hearing that. Now and I get it. Obviously, ter Stegen is Barca's number one. I'm not stupid. I understand that. But if you have a player like Szczesny, who's now been at the club and as a starter now for almost 4 months and is still yet to taste the defeat, I'm sorry, you can't just punish him like that. It's not fair. The guy has won us games single-handedly. Like, it's not like he's just there being a passenger. He's actually saved us in certain games this season. And for the fact that, yes, ter Stegen, who's just coming back from injury, can just walk back into the first team, is rather just unfair to him, right? And we know when ter Stegen was technically fit, he was having injury issues. I mean, before he was injured, he was basically getting a lot of stick from the fans, from the media. You know, a lot of people were getting sick of him. So it's just, I'm looking at this now and I'm just like, you know, bringing him back so soon after having a long-term injury and taking out Szczesny, who has been one of our best players, it's not really fair on him. It's not really fair on him. And I do feel for the guy, and I hope that this is just rumors and that none of this will happen and they would let Hansi Flick just make the decision. I hope that Hansi Flick will make the right decision and take his time with Szczesny, guys. But listen, let's quickly get into it, guys. A lot of transfer rumors have already started. Players that could be coming in, players that could be leaving. All of this stuff, obviously you guys know the season has like a few more like weeks to go. A few months more to go, we are like 2 months away from the end of the season. And obviously we're still in our competitions, we're still doing well. But if I'm gonna be very, very honest, there has been links, obviously we know, and the area in this club in the position that has been getting a lot of links has been the left wing position. A position that we've seen Raphinha accommodate this season and been doing an amazing job over there. He's having the season of his life out in the left wing. But obviously the club still, are looking for a natural left winger. And they've stumbled into three options that we know of, which was Luís Díaz, Nico Williams, and Rafael Leão. Now, the dream signing for the club is apparently Luís Díaz. He's the one that the club are looking at as the number one target out of all of those three. Now, we know that last summer, Nico Williams was the number one target. He was the one that the club were looking at as the potential signing who could play alongside Yamal, who he plays well with in the Spanish national team, and everything else. But now it looks like the club have kind of moved away from that, and now they're looking more at Luís Díaz. Now, the issue with the Luís Díaz move is apparently Liverpool are asking for 75 million euros. Now, before I talk about the other things, let me just talk about that first. My honest opinion, and this is just mine, but Luís Díaz is, I think, 26, 27, so he's technically in the prime years of his career. If I'm going to be very, very honest with you guys, I don't rate Luís Díaz like a lot of people rate Luís Díaz. I think Luís Díaz has a lot of potential. He has his moments for Liverpool, but he's a very inconsistent player. Extremely inconsistent. And obviously, yes, I watched the World Cup qualifiers against Brazil. He scored a great moment. A lot of people were looking at that moment thinking, yo, this is why Barca need to sign him. But I've been watching him for Liverpool all season. And the thing with Luís Díaz is, especially in 2025, he's not been having a good form. Not at all. Not in the slightest. And if I'm going to be very, very honest and frank with all of you, I'm not sure that he's worth the risk of spending 75 million on. That's a lot of money for a club of ours who, with all the issues we have with financial restraints that we have, to splash 75 million on a player like a Luís Díaz. It's going to take a lot out of us. Considering we have so many other positions that we're apparently looking at replacing or buying in the summer. Spending 75 million is going to be huge. Now, for me, the different options could be a Nico Williams. Now, I've watched Nico Williams during this Nations League for Spain. He's been doing well. I think that he has an incredible chemistry with Lamine Yamal in the wings, right? And, he's a player who, maybe a lot of people don't rate him very highly, and maybe I don't either. But I think that for system of Hansi Flick, I think he could work well under that system. And also, I think that when it comes down to it, him in Athletic Bilbao, he has one foot out the door already. I think that if they're basically going for the Europa League this season, because obviously they are hosting the final at the San Mamés Stadium. And if I'm going to be very, very, very honest with you all, I think they have a great shot of winning it. And I think that if they win it, I think Nico Williams will already done what he wanted. Get a trophy with his hometown club and then maybe get that big move outside of Bilbao. Now, we know Barcelona are one of the clubs that are interested, and we know Arsenal has also shown interest in Nico Williams. But I think that it would be a cheaper option and also a longer-term option to buy a player like a Nico Williams. Personally, I would go for Nico out of the two. Now, there's the option of Leão, but honestly for me, I do not rate Leão. I don't think he's going to be worth the money that AC Milan are going to be asking of us, and I don't think he's going to work under our system. So personally for me, I'm not a Leão fan. I don't think that we should go for Rafael Leão. Now, we do have a fourth option. And this fourth option kind of came out recently, right? And that fourth option has been Ademola Lookman. Now, Ademola Lookman has had a great season and a half for Atalanta. He's slowly become one of the best players in Europe this past 2 seasons, right? He's definitely been carrying Atalanta for a lot of times this season. But it looks like he's kind of reached a snag at this time now at Atalanta. He's basically looks like his relationship with Gasparini is broken beyond repair. Even though he's still playing, he's definitely looks like he has his head already out the door. And the most important thing is, I think that out of all the players I've just mentioned, he's possibly the best, the cheapest option we can get. Apparently, Atalanta might be willing to sell for maybe 30 million. Now, for a player like Lookman, for what he's been doing, that's a steal. That's a steal. I'll be honest, I am a greedy guy. I will buy both Nico Williams and Ademola Lookman. You can't get enough of good players in your team. Right? And for me, when it comes down to it, I think that Lookman is a very good option. Because he's shown, ever since he's left the Premier League, ever since he went to Atalanta, he's gone to another level down there. And I think that under Hansi Flick's system, I feel like he would survive. And I think that he would thrive in that system. And also, when it comes to Lookman, one thing I believe about Lookman is he's not going to come in and expect to just come straight into the starting lineup. Like, he knows where he is, he knows where he's joining, and he understands that he's going to have to fight for his place. And I think that for a player of his stature, he's a great option. When you look at even players like a Rodrigo for Real Madrid, how good he is. He's a guy who's happy to play anywhere that he's given. Because he understands where he plays for, and he's happy to do a job and contribute to the team. And I think that Lookman can be that for us if we sign him. So yeah, I'm completely open to the Lookman potential signing of Ademola Lookman. Now, those are basically the wing transfer window based as far as the option is concerned. Now, let's talk about another position that recently has been coming out. Let's talk about the right back position. Now, similar to the left wing position, the right back position has been covered by a player who is not a natural right back. Jules Koundé has been filling that role all season. And listen, many people think that he's doing a good job, and many people don't think he's been a good right back. But I think a lot of people agree that we need to find an actual natural right back in that position. Now, I was one of those people who said, listen, I was literally screaming for us to go and sign Cancelo. Many people may not rate Cancelo, but personally for me, I just said, listen, just get me a natural right back. We need at least one. We can't go into the season without one natural right back, right? But, Koundé has been doing a steady job, but he's also had his moments. He's not a right back. You can see when he's going forward, he kind of slows down the attack, right? He's not what really the club need, especially on the Hansi Flick system. Now, because of that, there has been links to players, right? Two players that have been linked have been Vanderson and Ratiu. Now, let's start with Vanderson. Vanderson is a Monaco right back, a fullback that I think they signed him from Gremio back in the day. I think he was gonna move to a club. I think he was gonna move to Wolves, and then he decided against going to Wolves, and then decided to go to Monaco. And listen, it's done wonders for him since he's gone to Ligue 1. He's actually been doing well down there, and he's been doing quite a good job over there. That he's caught the eye of a lot of clubs. Like, I think a lot of clubs have been noticing that he's been doing a good job there. One of them is us, right? We've been scouting him for a while now, and if I'm gonna be very, very frank, I think that would be a great option, because I think he's a very good attacking right back too, which is something that I feel like works so well under our system, under Hansi Flick system. He wants natural attacking fullbacks. And I think that that's what Vanderson would bring. Now, another option is Andrea Ratiu, who is a Romanian right back playing for Rayo Vallecano. And let's call it for what it is. This guy has been arguably the best right back in the league. I mean, people can bring a lot of like debates. But if I'm going to be very honest, if I'm going to put it out of the way, I genuinely think that this guy has possibly been the best right back in La Liga this season. And if I'm going to be honest, it's a very smart move because I don't think he's going to cost. I don't think Rayo Vallecano are going to demand a crazy amount for him. Maybe they might. But I think a guy like Ratiu, if he gets an opportunity to join Barcelona, that is a big step up. So he will jump at the opportunity. And like I mentioned, he's been incredible. Going forward, right? His attacking play, attacking fullback, like going forward, he's incredible. His crossing, incredible. His defending, very amazing. I think that he would be an amazing option for us, for sure, right? And these are two great options. I'm happy to see that the club are looking at trying to potentially bring right backs in the summer, for sure. But we really need to work on this and make sure that we actually get the players that we need, guys. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Who do you guys think we should sign? Should we sign Retegui or should we sign Vanderson? And also, when it comes to the wingers, what did you think about all those 4 options that I mentioned? Who would you guys sign? Luís Díaz, Nico Williams, Rafael Leão, or Ademola Lookman? But yeah, guys, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Now, finally, guys, one thing I do want to talk about, guys, is some of the things that have been happening in the international break. Now, one of the few things that have been happening, and one of the things that we found out before the international break was that we found out when our game against Osasuna was happening. It's been scheduled to happen on Thursday, this Thursday, 2 days after the end of the international break. So yeah, and it's safe to say that a lot of our players won't be back, and a lot of them will be very tired when they arrive. But I could go into that, but honestly, guys, I'm going to save that for another video. So I'm not going to go into all of that. But one thing you just need to know is that since this news has come out, so many things have been happening. First of all, we ended up getting a big stun when, before the international break, Iñigo Martínez suffered an injury. And that didn't look good. And to make things even worse, we ended up losing Cubarsí in the first game of Netherlands versus Spain. Now, from what I've heard, apparently it's not that serious. Now, apparently they're going to be doing a scan today. Now, so by the time I upload this video, maybe they might have given us an estimated time of maybe that he might be fit to play against Osasuna, or maybe fit enough to be on the bench. Possibly, because they're saying it's a minor injury. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look bad at all, right? It's a minor injury, and maybe he just needs a rest, and maybe he might be back in training as soon as Wednesday, potentially, right? So watch this space, guys. You could see the news by Monday, guys. I might put it in my posts just in case, guys. But yeah, just keep it in mind. And yeah, those are the 2 injuries that basically the 2 big injuries. And obviously, we know the other centre back that is playing in the international break is Ronald Araújo for Uruguay. Now, I heard this rumor that's been flying out since the weekend that apparently Bielsa and Uruguay are willing to let Araujo leave the Uruguay camp early. And apparently, now from what I heard, this has been something that was strongly being stated, right? That Uruguay were willing to let him leave early, and that Barcelona were even willing to bring a private jet to Uruguay to bring him straight to Barcelona so that he can come into the team and play against Osasuna. And since then, the thing has kind of died down. We haven't heard, and there's not been any confirmation that the club are going to let him leave. Now, I thought that, now apparently Raphinha is another one that the club, Barcelona, have been asking Brazil to let him come back. But Brazil apparently have refused. And it really doesn't make sense to me, considering, you know, he's technically, I think, suspended for the Argentina game. So really doesn't make any sense to me. Really don't understand it. But it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, those are the only things that have come out of the international break. Thankfully, today we saw Spain play. Thankfully, none of the Barca players had any injuries. They all looked good. Everything looked fine. here's me praying that, the rumors are right that Araujo will return back into the team and will not play against in the Uruguay's next game, right? But if he does, it's gonna be tough because they're playing tomorrow, right? And if he's playing tomorrow, then it's almost impossible that he'll be playing on Thursday. So it will be very interesting to see what kind of lineup we do decide to go with against Osasuna for sure. I will be dropping a match preview potentially on Wednesday, so guys, keep it in mind. But yeah, man, listen, it's gonna be a very, 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 very long week for us. Like I mentioned, I will be doing another video on the fixture pile-up and everything, guys. But tell me what you guys think of all the news roundup that I've just mentioned, guys, during the international break, guys. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification, and place your comments in the comment section below, guys. I read your comments and I'm always replying to a lot of you guys, because a lot of you guys speak a lot of facts on the comment section. Let me know what you guys think, right? What do you guys think of the options for the wingers position, right? What do you guys think of the option for the right back position, right? And do you guys think that maybe we might be lucky to get Cubarsí against Osasuna, or Araujo doesn't play against in their game in Uruguay's next game? Hopefully not, but it's just me praying, me dreaming. But we'll see what happens, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this on all socials. And like I always say whenever I end these streams, Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalunya, and peace, you guys. Take care.